Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Escape Will Make Me Pod. This week, we talk about the server slam. All right, we're done. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Escape Will Make Me Pod, episode 7. I'm Skarrow9, joined as always by my amazing co-hosts, Ryan and Jake. How are we doing, gentlemen?
Marathoning.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, marathon, the server slam happened today, so that's pretty much going to be most of our discussion. There's some good marketing beats too, but you can play the game if you didn't know, free. It did really well. I think I saw a peak at almost 150 concurrent on Steam. So
143. It
143
says Twitter that I'm looking at right now.
How is that? Do we have a vibe for that? It sounds like a lot of people. I don't know that many people.
So, I don't know that many people. So I believe Paul, if depending on how much you truck, Paul pays a lot of attention to Steam numbers, which I think I disagree with Paul on the value of that time spent, but he does spend a lot of time looking at them. So if you want to talk about like comparisons, it's a good place to start. And I believe he was saying that this hits in the realm of what he would consider good. It's like technically under where Arc Raiders peaked, which was like 180-ish, but it's well above where like High Guard peaked.
We might not be done yet. We might not. I mean,
I
agree
with that fully.
Right?
It's Thursday. It was during the day. I think Saturday is going to be the more interesting thing to look at anyway. But also, like, I don't put a ton of stock into numbers necessarily, but like, if you want to know how things are going, it looks like Tassie just tweeted like literally minutes ago about 143 was the cap, and then after work school it got back up to 123.
Okay,
which is like good. If it's also, Jake and I were talking a little bit about this before that we started, but it is also the top category on Twitch. With other than just chatting, obviously.
Yeah.
And then the thing behind it is World of Warcraft, which just came out with a new expansion today. So I would say that's pretty good. But also, like, I'm not a big Twitch dude. I'm not a reporter. My numbers aren't like, I'm not a numbers dude. So
yeah,
but it seems promising, but also you don't know, like, there's a lot of questions and things that could change between now and I don't know.
Yeah, we should talk about the Twitch thing. This is cool. So they've been kind of toying with this with Destiny every now and then, but they're going all in on the Twitch stuff for Marathon, which makes sense. It's a much more viewer competitive game. 2 new exclusive Twitch badges for watching for an hour and gifting or subbing, and then a bunch of in-game rewards, like a ton of in-game rewards, skins for your gun, a sponsor kit, an emblem, a weapon charm, a weapon sticker, I think, for watching increased durations of time on Twitch. So make sure you do that. That is specifically for the server slam. I would bet, I mean, I don't have any info, but I would bet there will be a new slate of rewards for the actual launch of the game as well. So if you want a head start when the game launches and you want some cosmetics that will likely never come back, make sure you watch, I think it's like, the max might even be like 8 hours of Twitch this weekend. It's like, I think it's quite high.
It is.
So,
twitch.tv/skarrow9.
Oh yeah, that wasn't even meant to be a self promo, but yeah, I streamed for I think I streamed for 9 hours today, something like that.
And twitch.tv/JakeTheAllRight. I don't really stream.
Get all your hours there.
Did you start to do that, Jake? I know we talked about it.
Yeah, I streamed. What do you? Oh no, I didn't stream on YouTube. I just streamed on Twitch.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, yeah, I got it backwards.
Yeah.
I always get it because I streamed exclusively on YouTube for like 8 years, and actually it's like almost to the day my year anniversary on Twitch, as well. Ooh. So, yeah, it's been good. Yeah, Twitch stuff, it blows my mind. Like, I'm not a huge Twitch platform guy, but they reward the viewers. And the ads pay way better on Twitch, so that always blows my mind. It's crazy. It's like 10-1. It's not even close. I don't know what type of ads Amazon's vetting versus Google, but Google needs to step their game all the way the hell up, bro. Yeah. So
to put like a pin real quick in the numbers conveation, I think the thing to remember really quickly. Sorry, I'm not trying to distract from Twitch stuff, which is important. The rewards are really cool. But like the thing that I would think about is like, it's important to remember that launch isn't necessarily like the only. There's a lot of metrics here that are worth looking at. Destiny 1 came out and looked really bad when it first launched. Like that first week and a half, cat. That first week and a half of discourse for Marathon 1 or for Destiny 1 was really bad. It was really bad. And then things turned around when the end game content launched, and we
And just to
already
make
know,
a point, how many people were concurrent on Steam for Destiny 1 launch?
Yeah, that's a great point because
Zero.
it was fucking zero. So
dead
huge
game.
improvement. Huge improvement. But like
we
already
got
know
him,
the Marathon
boys.
ship is
Checkmate.
built in. Like with the Marathon ship is built in as a thing that's gonna happen in the next couple weeks. So I'm like, there's a lot of different like metric measurement points that I think the game both like needs to hit, but also if it misses one or if it's not looking good at any point, it is important to remember there are many steps along the way for this game built in before we can really say where it's going to land, positive or negative.
Yeah.
Because like again, because if the Marathon ship comes out and it pops and it bangs, that could like bring people back. And on the flip side, if it comes out and it disappoints majorly, that could send a lot of people away. So we kind of got to there are built-in waiting periods here before we can really tell how things are going. And people hate that. People hate that on the internet. Everyone wants to just be like, this is what's happening. The game is this way or that way. And it's like, we don't know anything. We got to wait. And I think that's ultimately like going to be the most aggravating headache inducing thing for me over the next couple of weeks is just the waves of discourse that are going to hit are going to probably kill me.
It's going to be great. I can't wait. I really am so curious how Destiny raid races are obviously like a very viral marketing point, and they kind of transcend the Destiny community. I'm so curious if Cryo does the same thing. They haven't really marketed it like that. They said raid-like mechanics once. Most of that sort of pushes come from myself or other creators like me who have experienced very, 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 very early versions of it. And I think this is another one of these places where I think they're marketing it wrong. But I'm curious what the marketing looks like leading up to it. You know, we still have, the game launches in a week, and then who knows if it's a player unlock thing, if we can unlock it the day of, or if it's 2 weeks later or whatever. There hasn't been anything about when to expect it, right? I think I would remember that if there was.
Nope, nothing. Okay. I mean, the last thing that we heard about it, like when we were talking about it at the event last year. So it's been a long time. The game's changed quite a bit. But like, I believe it was, the thing I had heard was like a couple of weeks. So I would assume it's probably,
okay.
My hunch, I know nothing other than literally that was the last thing that they said, and that was like on the record.
Yeah.
So my assumption is it's probably going to be some kind of like mix between time gating and player unlock. Is what I would guess. Sense. I think there's like not going whatever puzzle is in there, probably for people to solve. I don't think will be in there at launch, but I think it will start to pop up, and then people will need to unlock it to actually get to it.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, Jake. I know we're talking a lot.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm vibing.
I'm trying to think. Where do I even want to take this discussion? I have so many. I'm so overwhelmed. The game's here. The game is finally here. It's been a long fucking 16 months since I first played. It's been way too long. But it's good. Jake, you played today. How much did you play today?
9 hours. What? I played right up until we started this, basically. I stopped 10 minutes before we started recording.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, having a blast. I think seeing all the visual stuff that they've been toting for the past 2 months, seeing it realized, and it's darker. The shaders are there. The high res textures are there.
The reflections.
Yeah, reflections. It's cool.
The flight cool. Or the light. What's the dispersion bullshit called?
The ambient lighting, the beauty of it. I don't know.
There's like oculation or some shit. I don't know.
You're not talking about God rays or
no? Well, it's sort of God rays, but there's a in the settings when you're like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Jake, so I played for a long time today, like 8 hours, and then I was like, all right, I've got 100 things in the codex, so I'm gonna go click through that. Jesus Christ. It is dense, bro. It's
Yeah.
like all of
Yeah.
the collectible items where it's like find a drinkable cheeseburger. There's like 1, 5, 15, a billion of those, and every one is its own lore terminal
Yeah.
or codex entry, and it's just like, and it's all the way. They literally saw Destiny 1 story and they were like, yes, that in game times 100. It's crazy how much there is to read, which I'm here for, but fuck, holy, there's so much to read. The marathon terminals, though, all over the world, do not seem to be active yet. So that is something I'm curious about. Because
Where'd you find some?
There's one in Hauler, and there's one underneath algae ponds. There is one in the back of Overflow. I think we found like 5 or 6. There's one in North Relay on the right side. Let's say the west side of the main building, up on the upper hallway, kind of back. A few more. There's a few more. But none of them are interactable. I shot them, I meleeed them. Nothing seemed to happen. So I'm kind of guessing that's something for the main game. Might be contract based, potentially. But yeah, so that's kind of there. All right. So how much did you dig around the codex, Jake? What are you thinking? Are you happy with how dense it's? Are you worried about how dense it seems?
No, I'm not worried at all. I'm excited. Listen, that's what the original games were. Put a fucking novella inside the game. Put all the words in the game, man. They did that. This shit's awesome. I too have been kind of like holding back. I was trying to focus on the priority contracts, which I believe we're only getting, which the priority contracts kind of push the main narrative of like what's happening right now forward. And back in the April alpha, we got basically just, I think it was only Traxxas and New Clork, and then Cyber Acme was just the introduction stuff at that point. In the server slam, now we're getting like the introduction to all the other factions except for Sekaguchi. And we're only getting, I want to say like a third of the priority contracts for Traxxas and New Clork as we got last time. It seems like it was a little bit more
where's that third number coming from?
I'm saying like a third of the total amount of priority contracts that we got for like Traxxas, for example, in the Marathon Alpha.
So not a third total, a third of what we got last time.
Yeah, just a third of like what we got last time. I don't know what the total is going to be for the priority
that's why I was curious.
But so I think we're getting a much more limited view of like the thrust of the main narrative that they're going to tell over season 1, which is very cool. And also even all that stuff, though it's like similar and they're following like the same kind of plot line, it's different. It sounds like it's been re-recorded. A lot of the language has been changed, and they're, nothing that's kind of like super contradictory, but it fits all together, I think, a lot more cohesively with everything that they're showing. And then checking out all the faction intros and seeing those in their full glory and seeing how Oni is describing them, especially we're getting, I think everyone's in love with Arachne. And so getting this kind of concept that they're like this fringe group from Seoul, and now they have influence over here, and seeing how Maida is being propped up, which is like a side note, is like, I do think, and we talked a little bit on stream about this, but like Maida as this revolutionary group, it is kind of like in this weird spot where it's like a lot of what they're showing us is very Tyler, the Creator. Kill people, burn shit, fuck school, like that's what we're getting. It's like, we're the fire, you're the fuel, we're gonna burn this place down. It's very punk rock, but also like a rebellion group uses this provocation for a goal. And it seems like beyond this kind of initial layer of this, this hard exterior coat of being this kind of like dramatic anarchy induced punk rock group, I think there is going to be some depth in the terms of like who's actually behind Maida, like what are the real incentives or goals that they have, and what are the incentives for everyone else involved if they succeed. Primarily, this is all to say that I've looked at 2 codex entries, I would say, and we've learned 2 things that are of the utmost importance about the upcoming marathon game. First of all, Bernard Strauss. We've never seen Bernard Strauss before. Okay, Bernard Strauss looks like Gandalf. He is a bald, beautiful man with an amazing
they showed a
white
picture?
beard. Oh, you can get a little picture of him inside of the codex.
So there's no way he's dead. There's no way he's dead, right?
I mean, it's the actual like piece of information attached to it, or the little codex entry, the terminal entry there, is a excerpt from his book written in the I want to say it might say 2700s, which is interesting because it's like maybe the book was written then, but I don't know. And it's I
Dog,
think it even says that it was written then.
They're not propping him up if he's not relevant.
You're right. Okay.
His ass is alive, and he will be important.
So seeing Bernard Strauss, that's kind of like mind blowing, especially, you know, going back and looking. I know you guys were just playing Marathon 1, so like he's like this very weird figure that like you don't ever find on board. Like you're sent to look for him. He plays into the story in terms of like why Durandal, who's like the main moving action of that plot, is doing the things that he's doing. And then the second thing, obviously, I extracted with multiple liquid cheeseburgers, as I am a liquid cheeseburger enjoyer. And listen, for years, oh, that Jake guy, he's crazy, man. That guy's just a hippie. He's don't listen to him. Don't know what he's talking about. The whole world screaming it. Okay, all right. They're saying he's you know, always talking about the fungus. He's saying it's all about like the psychedelic influence of this narrative. And oh, look at them. They're positioned in Washington and Paul Stamets and the relevance of, you know, like fungal culture and the learning of it. We're talking about Terrence McKenna and like the kind of like through line of these conversations and the philosophy that Durandal's talking about. All right. Well, guess what's in the new Cal burger? Psilocybin, baby. That's right. It's a funny burger. They put the funny blue mushrooms in the liquid cheeseburger. So, hey, the fungus, it was a big deal. You know, I'm glad you're all here to witness it finally coming full circle. Everybody at the colony, they were tripping balls. All right. I got my fungus rave hat here. Listen.
What is even happening?
There's psilocybin in the burgers.
Yeah,
it's psilocybinol.
What I'm hearing is that
why is this a surprise?
What I'm hearing is that in your YouTube video, you guys missed something pretty important in that burger.
Yeah, exactly. And we will correct
sounds like
that.
Sounds like a redo is needed.
When New Caloric sponsored episode 4 of this podcast, this very podcast, I told
that's why you were so happy that day.
I told you there were mushrooms in the cupcake. I said that. It was neon green because of the mushrooms.
Well, good. I'm glad you got some spores in there. I'm glad.
Okay, I didn't expect any of whatever the hell that was, but
But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. I liked seeing the full Arachne cutscene. That was cool. And is that the first time we've heard of Orion, the UESC AI?
Officially.
I believe so. Yeah, I don't think it's been in any of the marketing materials. Yeah, yes. The aura, dude, him standing over. Somebody told me in the stream. Have you guys seen that anime, Jinro, maybe? Or is it Rinjo? Oh, okay. Well, it's very coded like that. But him looking down on you, wonderful. Wonderful. And it was in alongside Vulcan, you in the Gunnar game stuff. Mommy there. Oh, incredible. I'm feeling things.
Yeah, we can tell. You're kind of in your element. This is good. Okay. We've all been ranking shells based off of Gunnar ability, but I guess we should have been asking which faction's AI is the most. It's right. Charter. Charter's the most Gunnable by far. And then
there's a whole world out there.
Up for discussion after that. But wow.
Ooh, speaking of cutscenes for factions, did anyone else, Jake, I don't know if you picked up on this at all, or my friends and I all noticed it, but like it looked like Gantry is kind of, when you get a zoom out, good look at him, his body looks very much like a void shell.
Interesting.
Looks very similar in terms of like the build and some of the, he's got like extra little shoulder things, and obviously his face is like that extremely cool graffiti. Man, the Mida cutscene is so good.
Yeah.
But
the way they do his voice is
so good. It's so good. Also, like, We Are the Fire, You the Fuel remains like the hardest this game's writing has gone for me so far. It's so good. But
do you think people get sick of like mainly interacting with AI instead of real people?
What year do you think it is?
I'm not.
I interact with AI unknowingly on Twitter every day.
Yeah, fair enough. I relinquish the rest of my time.
Do we think that Gantry is an AI representative? Even just based off the intro, Gantry and Charter, like they're kind of
Oh,
Because I actually doesn't Oni say that
Oni
like
says
Charter
Charter
was
used
like
to be a runner.
runner and Soul. So it's
Yeah.
interesting. Like
Oh.
I guess all the other ones are AI agents, but seemingly at least Charter isn't. And it seems like Gantry is more of like a
Yeah.
I just assumed.
individual.
I don't know. To be
I
honest,
don't think Gantry's an AI.
I skipped most of the cutscenes with the exception of the Arachne one. Sorry.
Skipped cutscenes. What are you doing?
I'll pay
You
attention.
played for 9 hours. You can watch a 30-second cutscene. It's not
Yeah.
even a cutscene. It's someone talking.
I had to kill a lot of people, Jake. You don't understand.
What level are you? What level did you get?
Probably 19, 20.
19? Oh, okay, yeah, I think that's where I'm at.
I hit
Where are you
30,000
at?
credits, and then I bought a bunch of upgrades, so I think I'm down to like 25. But
Nice.
dude, we've been farming with my main group today. We only died twice, and one of them was like fucking Drewski, because of course it was. But
Drewski, man. God damn.
dude, I pinged Drewski, and I was like, okay, I don't know who he's playing with. I think we can take him. And then I pinged, and it's Rowan, and I was like, okay, we're done. And then Fallout dings immediately, and it's like, okay, well, this is a good run, fellas. we had a good time here. It's good. God, it's just.
Wait, what level did you get to, Ryan? Like, how far in are you?
I think I'm level 13 or so.
Okay.
Yeah, I played with a couple like disparate groups. My main crew like didn't take this week off. Because they're taking next week off, and so
Posers.
we played. I know. Tell me about it. And so we played like kind of on and off, and then brought in some new people. We got to do some like informed runs with people who were kind of on the fence with the game, which was good. Like it's a good.
Cool.
It's good to experience the game with people who know what they're doing. Obviously, if you look at any of the discourse, like people who don't know what they're doing are like, the game's so confusing, and it just is that kind of blows my mind a little bit. I don't find the game to be that confusing or the UI to be that cluttered, but like obviously there is a problem with the in-game's tutorials ability to like translate things, or something about the art simultaneously makes everyone forget how to read like all at once. I don't know what happens, but like it's something about it is confusing people. So it's good to have a guide. And so I was that for at least two friends today. But when I was with my main crew, I don't think we died until one of us left. And then we started running into problems. But
yeah. I do want to talk about this. I want to talk about public discourse real quick. 5 minutes. Marketing this week. Any notable marketing material? There's the Rook Cinematic, which was sick. Our guy just which we thought we weren't gonna get. What's up there?
I was thrown shit at in the collaborative Discord that we have, even though I said I didn't think we would get it. Not that we wouldn't, but I mean, I fully thought we were not going to get, on the record saying I didn't think we were going to get a Rook Cinematic.
Third one we got. Third one, which is interesting.
That's surprising.
How do they decide? I don't know.
Like, you're going to get I mean, it was great. So I'm not complaining.
It's really good.
Like, we're gonna get a Rook Cinematic before we're gonna get Blackbird Cinematic. Like,
I love how all of these have just that moment that like everyone's just gifing, and so it's like the one where he's just like, it's awesome. Hell yeah. Was there any other marketing material? I can't really think of anything. Oh, we're getting another worm plush, but it's square instead of circular.
Yeah,
like
it's
the
different
first
than
ones.
the April one. There was a bunch of videos from an event, a creator event. So we got. That was probably the big thing.
We didn't talk about that last week.
The operator, that we got the operator Drewski video and the Rowan video. The Rowan video is really good.
Rilo as well.
That's the one. That's what he said.
Rilo video. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Skarrow. My bad.
No, you said it earlier in the podcast, and I went, "That's who we're talking about," and I replaced it. So no, I was wrong.
Rilo video, fantastic.
It's so good. It's so good.
The Drewski video was sick. It was good. It was really, really good. I thought they had and that's like it's so strange because it's like people have, I just don't understand it. Like my experience is always very much like Drewski's, where it's like, and maybe it's because we're rolling people or whatever, but it's like, I understand the game. I'm learning stuff. Stuff's going smooth. And then you go and you watch something like the Vanos gaming video. Vanos, I think he used to be a zombies dude. And it's just like, they're just having a miserable time. And it's good to have that representation because that is going to, like, people are going to have that experience. I just don't get it. I'm just like, I see things going wrong, but I can't really understand like why things are going that wrong, other than like, man, they must just be getting like really unlucky with spawns. Like, I don't really, um, I don't know. I feel bad, but
It's super
Drewski's,
mixed.
yeah,
Everything is really mixed in a really weird way that, yeah, like doesn't totally make sense to me. It's very bizarre. Like everyone, I think I saw someone say that the like if you look at the demo on PlayStation, how it's been rated, it's like a 3.8 or something. But if you go look at like them rated by stars, it is 1 star or 5 stars, and there's like almost zero in between, which
interesting.
is fascinating to me. And like I think it's just gonna be, I don't know, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be really, who knows? Like
Yeah,
I feel like anybody who says they have like they see the writing on the wall right now is like, I think you're out of your mind. Like I think it's completely weird to feel like where people are gonna go on
yeah,
it. It's very confusing to me, because I agree with you. Like I'm having a great time. We kicked ass when I was like teaching people. They got it pretty quickly. Like I don't see. I appreciate the issues that people are having. I just don't see them.
yeah. That's like, it's so, because that's exactly how I am. Like, I'm playing and I'm reading Fallout's chat, and people are like, "Yeah, the UI is too cluttered," and it's like, are we looking at the same thing? Like, if you, especially if you collapse your contracts,
Yeah.
UI super minimalist, and it's like, and then it's really interesting. We might have nailed down one of the things that's like really kind of weird. Is Fallout was like, oh, it's like how you interact with your inventory system is weird. Like, you can't drag an item and replace an item. But me and my friend, we're like, we grew up playing Minecraft, and so we're used to the shift clicks and the holds, and that I played like 200 hours of marathon at this point, and it's like, I don't ever remember even once being like, this feels weird. And I think it's just like because I happen to play a game that uses a similar inventory management thing, you know, and everything does feel like just back and forth here. I don't know, Jake. Are you?
Dude, I have just literally been playing the game. I'm finding out about these things right now. I was saying to Ryan earlier,
I'm
like,
so happy
yeah,
for
a few
you.
people had said like they had some loadout issues, but it all to me, like, obviously very biased chat, and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Most of the complaints that I saw were just like, it wasn't that it wasn't usable. It was that like if you're running OBS or if you alt tab, people were having like cursor issues, glitches,
yeah,
or it was like they don't personally connect with like the visual style of it, which it's doing something unique. So I don't think everyone will. Um, but I don't know. Even what you're saying is like I've been dragging stuff around. I don't know. But then again, I do have the history of having played it over the past year or so.
yeah,
So maybe I just don't even have the context of that. But I found like, yeah, you can control click or shift click or drag or A and D to stack
yeah.
sizes, but I
The
don't
thing
know.
with the drag specifically is if your backpack is full and you want a piece of loot, you can't like drag and replace the item. Like, you have to empty a
Yeah.
slot to pull. And it's like, I understand that criticism. And I like, obviously, if Bungie should make that change so it's easier for everyone. It's just something that never occurred to me because I always empty a slot first. It's
Yeah.
just like, it's just how I'm wired. I don't know. You said something there that was really, one thing that's so annoying. So Destiny's done this forever. Like, you can't use game capture with Destiny. They have a huge problem with it, like in OBS. One thing that Marathon does that is unbelievably frustrating, and it just better get fixed, is you can't use shadow play with it. Shadow play will not record Marathon, and
Jesus Christ, really?
it is, yeah. It's like
Mm.
I have that, so it automatically turns it off. You can turn it on, but there's no like record button for it. In earlier versions, the alpha, I shadow played because I had the sponsored video. I got in a little early, and they let me do so. I did all of that with shadow play. I know it used to work. You cannot shadow play currently, and that's not an issue with Destiny. And it's like,
Nope.
God, if this isn't fixed by the launch of the game, it is going to be so miserable for content creators. Um, yeah. So
That, yeah, there's some stuff around that, like in the UI, like some stuff around that I was kind of hoping would get fixed since the last time I played the game. But like I have been complaining about the fact that you cannot change the. I use a mouse that notoriously. I use a Corsair mouse that notoriously the middle mouse button breaks, and I've used the same mouse like I've bought like 4 or 5 of them, and I love it. And the middle mouse button stops working like 6 months into it every single time. So, but I love the mouse; it's great. But that means I don't really have great access to the middle mouse button, so I always unmap from it. But you can't unmap the ping on the map from being middle mouse. And I have been complaining about it since last year every time, and it still has not gotten fixed. And it just I was like, God damn it. So I have to have a like reroute in my mouse software to change ping to middle mouse, to change like one of my mouse buttons to function as the mouse wheel, so that I can map various things to it in the Marathon UI. And I only have to do it for that, and it drives me crazy. Like there's some weird things like that. The one of the things that I dealt with like right before going in here that was annoying me was if you have a full-ish vault and you were swapping to Rook, it is a fucking miserable experience.
Oh, to
because
go back.
you have to, well, no, to go. So you have to completely remove everything from your loadout
Yeah.
to drop as Rook. It's not a toggle. It should be a toggle. I am in Rook mode or I am in runner mode, because otherwise you have to have a bunch of extra space in your backpack or in your vault to ever do a Rook run. And so what happened was I was trying to go in to get a last like 2 or 3 of the things that you need to do second vault expansion. And I was like, oh, I'm about to get it. We're going to record the podcast in 30 minutes. I'm going to jump in and grab those real quick as Rook. I'll do a Rook run. It'll be fun. I had to like delete a bunch of stuff from my vault, throw everything in there, back out, select Rook, went in all the like 3 menu layers again to go drop. It said I apparently had a contract that I completed that I hadn't like fulfilled yet on my menu. So I had to then back all the way back out to the faction menu, hit that again, went back in. The stuff had gone to overflow. So now I had to go all the way back out and delete a bunch of other stuff from it, and then go all the way back into Rook where I had 0 stuff ready, and then I was able to do it.
And then when you were done playing Rook, you had to re-equip everything to your Rook.
Yeah, I sure did. And that's like, that stuff is like, that needs to get ironed out.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, like that feels like such small potatoes compared to like the stuff that Destiny still fucks up, and has for years. That feels like the game itself is just so good. Every run that I have was just like so enjoyable that I'll deal with like having to hit escape enough times and I want to smash my head on my desk very briefly. I can handle that. I've been playing Destiny for 12 years. I can handle a little bit of an annoying UI problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I experienced something not that bad, but similar, where I was like scrolling through the shells, and I clicked Rook, and then I clicked back to Vandal, and I had to re-equip everything. I was just like, oh god, like okay, that's fine, whatever. Yeah, small things to iron out. Hopefully they're fast with stuff like that. But like overall, I can't stress enough. Like it's just been such a joy to play today. Like the game is so beautiful. I think like if you get Marsh, like if you go on Dire Marsh and you get like the blue daytime variant of Dire Marsh, it is just immaculate, dude. It is so beautiful. And so I've just had a lot of fun running around, and I mean I almost hit max level on day 1, so it's been a lot of fun. We have a few days, and I hope people enjoy it. I genuinely hope. I know it won't be for everyone. It's a very hardcore game. There are issues. It's a new game. It's a new Bungie game. It's how it goes. But yeah, I'm excited just to play more.
Yeah. Before we end this, sorry, Jake, you please. We've been talking for forever.
No, I do think like Skarrow's saying is like, it's important to keep in mind. Like I was playing with people who I've also been involved in a bunch of tech tests and play tests and stuff. And so like they have a bunch of hours in this game. And I don't know if this is like a good thing or a bad thing, but I think it's just the reality of the experience that they're creating is that what I found and what people who have played a lot of it found is that it's the kind of game where it's like someone's opinion of the game after one day really isn't like super relevant in the sense of like, it takes like Hunt. Hunt is one of those games like you got to play tens of hours of Hunt before you really get the feel of it. I would say Tarkov is a lot like that as well, and
Yeah.
maybe that's something kind of like unique to the extraction genre. And obviously, Arc I feel like is a little bit different because it's more approachable, and I don't feel like you get a good sense of it very early on. But I think Marathon, if you are enjoying it or if you're like on the fence, it is one of those things where you have to have an understanding of the systems and the routing and the loot and like how to interact with all the enemies. And that's part of the fun. If you enjoy that type of game, is constantly doing those things and learning that process. But the
Yeah.
value of somebody who's played for like a few hours on the first day, I just don't really know that they would have like a good understanding of the actual game and what it's like to play it. Just because it takes a long time to actually get acclimated to this environment. And
It's
it is
so
alien
deep.
and foreign, and that's
Yeah.
cool.
It's
100%.
so deep. Like you have to have a good. There's so many things that you have to master with the movement and the characters and the interactions between all the buffs and debuffs. That only today, like I've played so much Marathon, only today did I really feel like I had a true mastery over all the consumables. And like
Yeah.
I found myself like, oh, I got Blackbird pinged. Let me pop a scrambler, and then let me hit this cardio kick, and then like, oh, I walked past a poison flower mech kit, and then like I was like kind of on the fly doing everything, and I was like, oh, this is what that feels like. Like it's good. It's nice to open your radio wheel and you're like, oh, I have the exact solution to what I need to do right now. And then like sort of a relevant conversation. I think hopefully like we have a lot of new viewers this weekend. Like I have gotten the question a lot in my chat today. What loot do like there's so much loot, like how do I know what to care about? And the thing about Marathon, there is no useless loot. Like there are useless tiers of loot, but it's like there is never a time where you want to turn down materials because you'll need them to upgrade. There's never a time where you'll turn down extra weapons because if you die, you'll want to have them. There's no time where you want to turn down extra implants or shields or consume or valuables because you will always need more credits for upgrades and for the bartering system. And it's like meds super scarce, ammo super scarce, and so when Fallout was like, I have no idea what to grab, I was kind of like I had to tell him like, there's really no right answer to that. Like whatever you grab in this game will be useful. And there's times where you might need to prioritize one thing or another. But when you exfil at the end of the day, unless it's like a depleted med thing, no slot is a waste. Like everything you bring out will be impactful for your journey going forward. And that can be very daunting to people who are used to like, oh, instant dismantle anything lower than a purple in Destiny, right? And it's like a whole different mindset. So there are just so many complex systems just built. And Marathon truly becomes super enjoyable when you can look at the loot and be like, I need that. When you can look at a build crafting and put things together and it comes to fruition in your head. And when you die and you're not worried because you know you can get looted in a run or two, and you know exactly what upgrades you're focusing on next, and you know what codex challenges you need to do next. And it's all very deep, but once you understand it, it starts working very synergistically to make just an incredible experience, in my opinion. So there are things to smooth out, but you got to give yourself time to learn it. So that's my soapbox.
I fully agree. My soapbox for the week is that I've had a couple of conversations on Twitter with people who are like crashing out over the fact that people are not enjoying it, and some people aren't enjoying it, and some people are freaking out about it. And like, first of all, I think anybody who thinks that this game is going to be as popular as Arc Raiders, I think they're kidding themselves. I think if that is the metric for success for Sony, then the game is fucked and has always been fucked, because like it's never going to reach that point, because Arc Raiders, not a game for me, but it is an anomaly. Like it is massive in a way that I don't think Marathon ever will be. So if that's the discourse you're engaging with, that's not a serious person. Don't worry about it. As somebody, if you are freaking out about people not enjoying it and you feel like that pit in your stomach being like, oh my God, I'm worried about this game that I think is really cool. If you're a sicko who watches this show every week, thanks. But also, like, obviously you want the game to do well.
Hit that notification bell.
Yeah. Subscribe. Like and subscribe. But like, obviously you want the game to do well. And like I have had that, and I have had that like pit in my stomach that like, oh my God, is this going to be the last Destiny thing for years? Because I'm an anxious person and I've allowed that to like fester in me for a long time. And it stresses me out, and I understand the like urge to go and freak out about it. I would encourage you, if that is you right now looking at everyone freaking out, is like there are two potential possibilities with Marathon. The game will succeed, and then you will have been anxious for 6 months for no reason and had that steal some of your enjoyment of the game, or the game will fail. And the two, whoever knows how long the game lasted that you could have been enjoying something that you may not have forever, will have been wasted being anxious that it was going to fail and kind of ruined from that either way. So there's no point in just like stressing out about it. We don't have any data. We don't have any kind of good number to like prove whether the game is going to be successful or not. We need time. And people don't like that on the internet. And so a bunch of people are going to be trying to tell you time is up. We have answers. And we don't. It's going to be weeks before we have answers.
Yeah.
So just
this is great. This is the kind of old man wisdom you can get at Escape Will Make Me Pod. Listen, we were there. We remember Halo 3 custom games.
Yeah.
We remember Guns the Duel. I remember COD 4 came out, pre-Burning Crusade. We were just talking about Ryan. Listen, games are ethereal. Moments are ethereal. Just enjoy it. Live in it. So
this guy's been drinking the hamburgers again.
Yeah, man. Look, dude. 31-year-old Ryan last week when we recorded this couldn't have done this. Okay, couldn't have come here and said that. Now 32. I turned 32 the day after it came out. I'm enlightened now. I'm better. Okay, and I'm telling you, don't let Twitter and Reddit are not real people. They're not. It's not a real indication of success. I'm saying this as much for myself as for you. Turn it off and enjoy the game if you like it, and if you don't like it, that's cool.
Totally fine. Also
turn it off. Like it just better for your brain. Anyway, that's just if you like the game, just try and enjoy it, and hopefully we'll all be able to enjoy it for a long time. And if we can't, enjoy the time we have, because it's a great fucking game, and I can't wait to see what happens more. Like we got more stuff to talk about. That's my soapbox.
Yeah, that kind of sounded like you're wrapping up. Hey, I found a key. I found a key for the marathon ship.
Yeah, we got stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we killed a boss called a warden on the lower in overflow of on a perimeter, and he dropped the gold key called Marathon C.03. It confirms it's for Cryo Archive. So I don't know what the hell that's about. There's a key though.
You got that from the warden guy at it's not station, it's
overflow.
Yeah. We killed him, and it dropped the forked runner helmet for us. And it was like this was very frustrating. This is another thing to look at, Bungie, if you're watching this. It was one of those it was a gold runner helmet that was worth 15,000 credits. And 15,000 credits. And one of my people, we were like, stashed it away. One of them was like, I got a purple backpack from this. Let me take it. And they took it, stashed it away, and we were like, oh yeah. When you get these when you get the consumables or like the scavenge, the loot, valuables, thank you, that are purple or above, it's shared with everybody, which is really cool.
Oh, it's changed. It's not. So
no,
purples
it has
aren't
not
shared
changed,
anymore, right?
Because if you go do the artifact thing on Dire Marsh, which you can also talk about, which is really cool. I don't know.
Okay, but those are yellow items. So the yellow items will still share, right? But not the purples. Purples are out.
Purples are out? Won't. Okay.
Purples are out. Yellows are in.
So kind of, and sometimes, because the forked runner helmet that was worth 15,000 went all into my friend's bank account, and the other two of us didn't get shit.
I think the difference here is valuables aren't shared, but materials are.
Yes, but the artifact is considered a material, but it auto sells. So it's
you don't have to use it to upgrade? I thought it's a capstone requirement.
I didn't see it in my vault. I don't have any material in my vault.
Okay.
So to me, it auto sold every time that I did it. I could be wrong and just completely blind, but it seemed to. So
okay.
But that either way though, when you and your friends group up to take out a big boss and it drops a big payday, it feels pretty bad.
15,000 is fucking insane.
I know, it feels pretty bad for that not to be split between your friends.
God damn.
Just saying.
Yeah, at
But,
least
holy shit,
5,000
that's a lot of
each or
money.
something. Holy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Like at least give us the rest of us 50, like half, like
Yeah,
7,500, and then
that's
let the person whose
crazy,
bag's
dude.
filled with it take 15K. But it was expensive. We were like,
Yeah.
we did that like on our third run, and we were like, oh shit, we're set,
Yeah.
we're done.
I
Easy.
can't.
And then,
I cannot wait for full game to launch and all restrictions to be lifted on, like, all of these maps probably have side Easter eggs and stuff that are disabled for the free weekend and stuff. I just cannot wait for like all of this sort of like, how'd you get that helmet? Where'd you get that? Wait, what happened? And like oh god, that is my drinkable cheeseburger with shrooms in it right there. Like nothing makes me happier than people saying the craziest shit, and most of it's wrong, but you can't prove it, and all you can do is like have the entire community throw their heads against the wall for like to figure out strats and solve puzzles and stuff. It's immaculate. Next week's gonna be crazy. I'm so excited.
yeah. I did not mean to hijack the very important marathon key conversation with my rant about the forked helmet, but like, what's the deal?
Seems like we're gonna save them up for the marathon ship. That's kind of what it seems for me.
And they have different numbers as well.
That's also
like, I think
do they have different numbers? I've only seen 3.
I believe the one that I saw was 02. I believe.
I know Mactix found one. Let me see if it's the same one.
My thinking is they're talking about the 7 vaults. So my assumption is, and I have no experience playing the marathon map at all, my thinking would be like, this is where you're going to spawn. So it's like you have a specific key which allows you to enter the map at a certain point. So like when you get grouped into that map, that's going to be your spawn point. And maybe that'll allow you, because it's like a little more, it's obviously a lot more high stakes. Maybe that'll allow you to like strategize and plan like, okay, I know I'm going to be coming in this area. I've been there before. I've matched out with my friends or whatever. So we know whatever the thing is, and then you're going to have to progress towards the Vault 7 stuff.
That's a good shout. So Mactix also has 03, but something interesting that my next question was going to be, do you think these are going to be, is this just a weird quirk with the server slam in the same way that like I've picked up several thief cores already, but like, do we think that these keys for the marathon are going to start dropping day 1? And let me rebut that with an interesting factoid, or not rebut, but let me respond to that quickly with interesting information before we discuss. There is a portion on the key, looking at the screenshot for Mactix, which is bigger than the screenshot that Skarrow sent me, which is the only reason I'm looking at it. It says on an access equals offline and then await decryption, which kind of suggests to me that
I think you hoard them. It sounds like you hoard them.
Yeah, I think you're going to have a bunch of keys before the marathon launches, and then everyone's just going to assault.
That's exciting, right? That's a good
crazy event.
If there are 7 keys for the 7 vaults, or if it's 10 spawn locations or whatever, like, and everyone's like, see, this is another one of those things. Like, oh, how did you get key 3? Was it from the warden? Can you only get key 3 from the warden? Is it, okay, how did you get key 1? Oh, it's from a tick nest? Or like that sort of thing. Like, oh, that's ecstasy, man.
Plus, it also suggests that like if we are saving them up and we're all gonna like bum rush the marathon when it comes out with all these keys, it means you're gonna log in that day if it's announced ahead of time when it is even like, or you're either gonna log in and it's gonna be live, or you're gonna like log in that day and be like, okay, marathon comes out on Saturday, and we have 7 chances with keys to get in there and open a vault, or like, and similarly, it means that every squad you kill before they get to the place where they open their key, you get a chance back, which is going to make for like a diabolical.
All right,
week.
So plan. All the viewers save up your keys day before. Let's just queue at the same time, and you just drop your keys for me, and I'll exfil them. I'll hold on to them. I make sure they'll
Twitch.tv/skarrow9.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I mean, like if you do have 3 keys. If you have limited chances to solve this thing, that means the team that's going for worlds first is probably the team that sits back and lets people die first. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm gonna watch streams for 2 hours and see what progress everyone makes, and then I'm gonna take the risk. That's so crazy. What a weird. I hope that's right. Obviously this could be so many things. This could be something that unlocks like
I don't know. They're like, oh, the marathon ship's now available. Go turn in this key on outposts or whatever, and then when all the keys are turned in, then it unlock. Like, there's so many things that this could be. But the idea of like, hey, you don't know when this map comes out, type of thing. But here's all these hints towards it is like, oh fuck yeah, that's good.
I wonder if it'll have a release date. Like, I do kind of wonder, in the logistically speaking.
Yeah,
I mean, creatively speaking, it's way more exciting if it's just like, oh shit, it's a Whisper of the Worm or 0 Hour kind of situation.
yeah,
Jake, for context, those were big exotic missions in Destiny that just kind of dropped out of nowhere, like on Errant Friday. We just like people logged on and were like, hey, there's a portal. If you do a public event, there's a portal that just shows up in this place that's existed for like 2 years already,
yeah,
or a year and a half. Someone want to go like, what's going on over here? And then that led to an exotic mission that was awesome and just completely out of nowhere. Like, that is cool. That's ideal.
yeah.
But also,
think
Bungie's leaned much more into the like, let's schedule things out, make sure people can play.
it's going to
kind
be a
of
marketing
world.
thing, right? Like the amount of money
Yeah.
going to make a Whisper
Yeah.
is like probably 100th of this. So it's like,
Yeah.
they're not going to want this to drop at 3 a.m. on a fucking Tuesday night. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So there's certainly going to be some. It was like, I would say this is probably much more akin to Empyrean Foundation, where the Fractalin event, where it was solved whenever, and then they were like, you unlock the trailer, which is going to drop at this very specific time.
Yeah.
And then the trailer teases Trials of Osiris, which is going to drop at this very specific time. That's what I personally kind of expect out of this.
I
But
agree.
the idea of like being up at 3 a.m. solving something and being the only person to queue into cryo is also like my wet dream. So hopefully it's that one. But probably won't be, because I imagine Sony and Bungie's marketing departments are like, hey, every dollar you spend on this needs to be like directly reflected with how many people engage. You know what I mean? And this is one of the biggest selling points, I would say, of the game that makes them different than everything else in the franchise or in the genre. So yeah, I don't know, I'm excited.
Did anybody do? There's some new profit opportunity stuff also from the last time. Like, I feel like when in the April playtest, it was the last time. It was pretty much just the numbers, the
The
numbers panels,
screens, yeah,
which I didn't see any of that.
we got it
Yeah.
once.
Yeah, you
It's
Really?
not.
can do it.
It's not in the April playtest. It was like it seemed to only be like where you spawn or one location over.
Yeah.
We were getting it like on the other side of the map. We would just run past somewhere and it would pop like halfway through the run. We did. Oh, the new, what is it called? Like, there's the dead rook thing. We did that one.
Oh,
The data,
the cache.
the data coordination pad caches.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one's
You
cool.
have to grab them. That one's really cool. Where you have to like you grab one. We're talking about the same one, right? Where you grab a contract basically from or data from one like dead runner body,
Yeah.
rook, and then it.
I think they're
tells
always
you
rooks,
there's
are they
another
not?
one. I think they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
think
tells
so.
you like there's another data. The coordinating data is over like across the map. And then
Yeah.
you go grab it and it goes, hey, great, there's a cache that's invisible somewhere. It's over here. And then so you go to these 3 different places and then you like pop down a beacon and it unstealths all of these like red duffel bags.
Yeah.
That are basically look very similar to the locked rooms.
One thing I'm curious for anyone watching this podcast, would you be interested in short tutorials, couple minutes long, specifically on how to do these events? Because it's like we completed the lockdown event today, which is awesome on Dire Marsh, and it's pretty.
Go back.
Yeah.
You can complete the event. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wait.
you go.
You have
so,
to do
so,
3 different POIs.
So okay, well here's your fucking tutorial, chat. The
Clip it.
So
It's
the
the pilot.
CPU spawns in the sky and it goes, you know, like
Yeah.
that. And then you can go in that if you have an HEC tank and it won't
Yeah,
kill
yeah.
you. And somewhere in the event there will be like a mini exfil beacon thing, and you scan it. It's like the blue device, the USEC device. You scan it. It drops 3 waves of enemies. You kill them. It'll drop a key that allows you to drop the field. Then another CPU spawns in the sky, and you have to take a key from the first one and go to the second one, disable the field, fight 3 waves of enemies. Then a third one spawns, and you got to do that. And then when you do all 3, then it gives you like a ton of loot, rare, materials and good weapons and stuff.
So
I'm pretty sure
you
that's
just
where we
need
found our key as well.
Oh damn! So you just need
Wait,
a.
what was your key?
The marathon chip key. I think it was O2. I could
O2.
be
Okay,
I could be
okay.
wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was.
There you
Damn.
go. Well, there you go. Well, okay. Well,
Get a spreadsheet going.
so if this guy doesn't know what's going on, I guess I should make those tutorials. Let's go. Bam.
Yeah, well, because I thought that. So I didn't realize that the lockdown was basically the replacement for the incursion event that I have not seen.
Yeah, it's like super
since.
incursion. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because there was that big like wave-based incursion thing in April, and I just haven't seen anything like that since. I assumed it just got taken out because it was kind of boring and also broke pretty frequently back in the alpha. I thought the lockdown was just like, hey, you can't get in here anymore unless you just need an advanced mechanics kit to get in, right? Like you just need that OS protection.
Yeah,
just a hack,
the
right?
hack gives you most of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when okay. So you take the advanced mechanics kit, then you're good. And
I don't think you can use a mechanics kit. I think it has to be a heck, right? Or else you take like tick damage while you're inside.
I don't know what
Well,
gives you the gold bar. I don't know
POI.
if maybe like
I think an
there's
advanced mechanics kit is what gives the to you. Well, at least it used to be because that was the thing.
There's
that
a
you
base
needed.
and there's an advanced version of all of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I use the heck kit because it gives you a full bar. That's what I know.
Okay, cool. Okay, maybe they separated those out. I know based back in April, if you wanted to do the commander that would spawn in the poison bubble, you had to use an advanced mechanics kit to get, which gave you heck.
I
which
forgot about
allowed you
that.
to-
I guess that turned into the wardens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I assumed
Yeah.
it was the same, but so you use the heck kit and then you can traverse it. But I thought it was just like a map condition that would basically lock down an area and say, hey,
Whole
you can't
ass
come in
event.
here unless you have. That's crazy.
And it's tight. You got to do it like pretty immediately, or else you're not gonna have time to do it because there's a delay between each of the CPUs spawning.
Well, oh, you're like time like in the match, like the match will time out.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like both times we
Shit.
did it, we exfilled with less than a minute left. Like it's tight.
Damn.
Yeah.
I wonder if that window is tighter if there's less time in the map.
Could be. I don't know.
Like I wonder if it's the type of thing where it's like you do it and then if you complete it, the next one spawns at 10 minutes and then the next one spawns at 5 minutes or something like that.
See, I would love
to keep
if
it tight
like
and stressful.
I would love if this gives you like the second key, and then like if you cleanse the artifact, it has a chance to give you key 4 or whatever, and it's like you have to farm specific events to get specific keys. That would be so good.
The fact that it
Fox-
tells everybody on the map when you have the when you're going to clear the anomaly or put it in the box, that's so fucking brutal, dude.
Oh man,
that's so brutal.
Does
and
it
the
so
the
I haven't-
bombs following you? Also,
I haven't
like,
done
yeah,
it
yeah.
in this build. Does it still do the baby crying thing?
You hear weird noises if you're the one holding
Yeah, you hear weird noises,
Yeah,
but I didn't hear a
okay.
baby crying.
Okay,
I mean, I
didn't say that. I heard from a friend.
3-year-old, so maybe I'm just blind to baby crying at this point. Like I just don't hear it anymore.
Yeah.
But that's a distinct possibility. So take what I'm saying with it with a grain of salt. But it was more just like weird ambient noise of like kind of similar to when you get close to the anomaly.
Yeah.
And it starts making like that weird scratchy sound. But like
Yeah.
you're carrying it, and there's like a bomb that'll drop behind you if you're not constantly running. That has like this weird glitched out effect to it, and then also like your screen starts to have the anomaly effects like in the corners.
Yeah.
It's really sick.
Yeah. Sick. Yeah, it's good. Talks rooms worse. I don't like that you need a specific key for them now.
Yeah, I don't love talks rooms.
Lock boxes worse. The flare rooms talks and lock boxes being combined, and it's like one time we had like 5 lockbox keys and we went and we did them all, and it was just like, okay, whatever. I think that's a worse version of that personally.
I believe the medic drone from Triage does like equal healing to the damage you get from the poison rooms. So like if you have a Triage medic drone on you, you can kind of just run in there and grab it, and you don't have to worry about
busted.
You need a triage is a lock on any team. If
he's
I
so
see
busted.
so many people talking
play.
like complaining about meds and stuff. It's like non-factor.
Triage he's by far the strongest
Yeah.
runner. I think there's like no argument that he is like the strongest runner, just from an economic, just like a value perspective. Like he can completely save your run with the res. It's like he's crazy. He's busted in a way that is like no other. It's gonna be very difficult for them to balance around him not being the best runner when he can res people from a bag.
Yeah.
And when he
And
can
ignore the
just
lockout. He can res you immediately with his super,
Mhm.
where there's normally like a 30-second lockout on the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, he just insta pops you up. I thought you meant the lockout event.
No.
Yeah, no, he instantly pops you up. Like it's gonna
And
be
it's
it's
far.
gonna be a big problem.
It's so far. Like it's like I don't know. My friend probably res me from 100 feet away today. I was like, what the hell? Where is he keeping those tentacles?
Yeah,
It's insane.
And
I
it's
think
not
cool
a
that his
lock
arms
on
look like
though.
defibrillators. What?
It's not a lock on. It's not a lock on, so you can miss. I learned that
Yeah.
as well. I was kind of being
Wait,
a little
what?
willy-nilly with
Brutal.
it. Yeah.
Jeez.
Any other map events? I'm trying to think. Perimeter doesn't really have anything too super
Nothing too
unique.
sexy on perimeter.
At least currently. Hopefully full game does.
I
The wardens are awesome. Like way,
Yes.
way cooler than. I mean, those feel like real ass boss fights. They have like a set of moves. There's definitely like a very clear strategy that is beneficial to have when you're going
Yeah.
into it. Like it's
different
cool.
models, different attacks for the two
Yeah.
maps. Hopefully that carries over to Outpost, because I was looking at the codex. Outpost does have a warden, it said.
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
So hopefully it has a unique set of attacks too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
kinda-
on Dire Marsh, the warden has the shield that's like angled.
Mhm.
It's metal. It's so hard to shoot that guy. It's sick.
Oh,
And
he's a
he'll-
shield guy on. I've only killed the one on the hunter drone on.
Yeah, and he has like a box
Interesting.
flap shield like that.
Oh.
And then he'll dash around and he'll leave fire trails, and if you walk through them, it'll burn and overheat you.
Gross.
Yeah,
Ew.
sick.
I mean, all the events kind of make me hope that they in future seasons, I would love to see them mix up like the severity of the maps.
yes,
Like I would love to have a season where like perimeter is this super intense map, is the like tier 3 outpost version of like where there's a bunch of crazy shit happening on there all the time, and for whatever reason like that one gets moved back, or Dire Marsh is the easy baby map that people start on. Perimeter beginner, that was new. They didn't announce that.
that has been a thing before. I don't know if it was in the alpha, but that's something they talked about with us before, like when we first played. And I think it used to be until level 10, but now it looks like it kicks you off when you're level 5. So it's like,
it's it's a level thing. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Mhm.
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, you just can't play it anymore, and it just makes sure you're not getting like fucking
so
rolled
great.
your first 3 thing. And I got the vibe. I have no insight into this, but I think there's fewer teams on the map, because I noticed like our first 3 or 4 runs.
It says it.
Oh, does it?
It says you are less likely to run into hostile runner activity. I believe that's what
They
it
should
says.
consider keeping something like that, maybe on a daily rotation or something for people.
I agree. I mean, I think at some point it has to kind of kick you into, not to be rude, but into like big kid mode.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like it's gonna just. But I mean, like that is like the. I was very excited to see that, because that's the thing that I have been advocating for whenever I've been given a chance to give feedback, is like you need something to stop people from getting fucking rolled.
Yeah.
I would honestly rather. I appreciate that it goes till rank 5 or whatever is what you're thinking. I think a better solution would be for it to exist kind of always, but only allow you to take certain contracts into it. Like I think like for the first, like if it wants to basically be like for the first 2 priority contracts per faction, you can always run into this match, only run into people who are doing these, and basically like create a safer space that has worse loot. I think that's a universal win that just allows people to, like, if people want to warm up or something like that, I think it creates a better place for someone to like stick their feet into it. Because clearly, like, if you look at the disc, not to like get back to the discourse, but like the problems people are having are like the game is too much too quickly for some people. If you don't have somebody, I literally just got a message from one of my regulars who said they were playing with some old Destiny friends who basically were like, oh, when we have somebody who knows what they're doing, it totally changes. This game's
Yeah.
actually pretty good. So like I mean, that's just the like Sherpa advocate that I've been saying for like, I think genuinely the reason I like the game as much as I do is because I got paired with Kevin Giannis at the event, and he could tell me everything when I wanted to know questions. But like, I think having something that people can kind of go in and fuck around with that sticks around for a little bit longer, it's great that it exists. I
Mhm.
think it probably needs to be a little more accessible for people who aren't ready to, again, not trying to be rude, take the training wheels off yet.
Yeah.
People, learn at different paces. I think 5 is pretty punitive. for I think a lot of people aren't going to be ready at rank 5 to jump into to run into fucking Drewski again.
Yeah.
I do feel like though that is kind of like a part of the charm
Sure.
of the game is like you got to bang your head against this wall. It's like there's certain games that have that approach. I think the classic right would be like a Dark Soul where it's like there's that early boss where it's like, okay, you're just going to be stuck here until you figure it out, and you're going to have to realize like that is the path forward for the rest of the game.
We've
It's
really
like,
strayed away from that though. Like there's like there obviously
agree.
Elden Ring and like Neo
Yeah.
or Nio or whatever, but it's like it's so different. Like if you think about the original that key, the copper key or whatever in Dark Souls 1, that was like up on the ledge and like so many people didn't know where it was forever, and they were like, it's just like we're in a completely different age.
Yeah. I mean, even Marathon, even Elden Ring is like there's some really hard shit in Elden Ring, but it's the most accessible one of those they've ever made, and that's why
Yeah.
it's the most part of the reason why it's the most popular. You can just
Yeah.
out level everything. Like my wife has new enjoyment in that series at all, and she's been replaying Elden Ring. It's the only one that she'll ever play because she can just go fuck about and level up, and then walk in and steamroll, Margit instead of like struggling against it like I did because I went in like an idiot at like rank level 10 to try to fight him instead. So like it's kind of this day and age. I think the patience of gamers has unfortunately dwindled to a point where I think like if you don't allow them to kind of ease themselves in at their own pace, they will just jump ship and say, actually, this game fucking sucks and never look back instead of
Yeah.
like, which like, I fully agree with you. I prefer a version of Marathon that is just like, this game is hard and mean. Fuck you, get better at it. I prefer that, but I think that is, I wish it wouldn't, but I think that'll limit the game. in a
Yeah,
way
that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Um,
Like it's the same thing with like the secret stuff, them balancing the secrets versus making sure that everyone can jump in and like say, I would like to take off this Saturday to do the marathon. Again, I'm with you. I would much rather wake up to a Discord call at 2 a.m. from my friends being like, you need to get on right fucking now.
Yeah.
Then
Those are
but
the days.
I know, like, yeah, I was when Whisper the Worm happened, I was literally like about to go out to dinner and was like, sorry, babe, we're staying home for a minute. And she was cool. I'm not being
Yeah.
a jerk. But like we ran that and it was like an amazing experience that I will never forget. Like Bungie doesn't pull that shit off anymore. I just think like we've sadly, I don't know, it'll come back around like all things do. But I think for right now, I think we've like moved past it as a gaming community or whatever for the worst.
Chastity was like sort of there. It was still at a reset. That's the one thing. Like I hope with Marathon they stop doing things on the same day of the week at a certain time. It's like I want to move past that. So I've had this rant 100 times. I don't need to go down this. You don't have it on here. Do you have a Marathon minute for this week?
Yeah, of course.
Oh god,
I had one. Yes.
I'll
no,
try
I
to turn my
be.
brain on here.
Okay, let me
Activate some neurons. It's like a million-hour day. I feel like at this point, maximum marathoning.
How do I get to my stopwatch? Okay, are we ready?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, so like I mean, we've talked a little bit about the various different AIs and various different factions and things like that, but I think like it's important to take things back to like the first really response that we get in this game, and the person we spend the most time talking to in the early hours, which is named after something that we've seen, like not the first thing named Oni that we have seen in a Bungie game. So I want to know everything you can tell us about Oni, her significance, and maybe after a little, I would be curious about your speculation on if Oni is anything larger than they seem, in the same way that you think that may be the case for someone like Gaius.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we can do that. A little bit of Oni chat. Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Oni fans.
And go.
Okay, so Cyber Acme obviously was printed all over the terminals in the original game, and now they've been turned into Space Microsoft. Think Bill Gates times 1,000 in every way. And their AI agent that we get introduced to is ONI, meaning onboard navigational intelligence. And now, with this new introduction, we learned that we're kind of like indebted to Cyber Acme. They kind of own our soul. And so, effectively, until we can pay back that multi-trillions dollar debt, if we're going based off the cinematic where we hear vandals say that it's like $1 trillion, we're going to be relying on them to not build the biomotic because that's on Sekaguchi, but to hold on to our digitized consciousness. And Oni, obviously, I'm going to pull back the mythological thing. Like the Oni mask, I think might be a little more demonic and less helpful than they might initially portray themselves to be as our guide on this foreign alien world.
God damn. He's good.
Is that a minute?
He's good.
It's right in a minute. It's right in a minute.
Functionally, how would you think an Oni going dark would work? Because I have an idea, but I want to hear what you think.
You're talking about rampant evil Oni?
So I'm saying if Oni is not everything Oni is cracked up to be, and Oni is in fact not good, and there's a heel turn on Oni. I'm not a wrestling fan, but I can use the Legos. Okay.
The heel turn. Yeah.
But
the John Cena moment.
Yes. Yeah.
Certified.
Exactly. If that happens, there's a thing in Destiny where there's kind of like this not so big secret that as soon as a character becomes a vendor on a planet, they basically are kind of worthless in the story because only so much can happen to them. Or something does start to happen to them, and then you have like weird T-posing Eris on the moon, even though she's supposed to be dead. So it gets all weird and mixed up and bizarre. So you kind of look at these vendor characters and think, okay, well, what can really happen to a character like Oni? So functionally, I'm curious what you think it will look like if Oni goes bad on us. Like, what are they going to do?
This is what the first thing that comes to mind. Listen, I've been up for a long time. When I was a kid, I remember one time I was like walking. I lived very close to my school, so I'd walk the neighborhood a lot. And I was walking by, and there was like another kid, but like a teenager, like a slightly older teenager. This is horrible, by the way. I'm about to tell you something horrible.
Yeah,
and they're mowing their yard, okay? And I'm walking by, I hear a loud thunk. And I'm like looking over. It's like, a big enough yard where I'm walking for some amount of time. And I realize they hit a turtle and they cut off the top of the turtle shell. Okay. So the interior of the turtle is exposed. All right. And I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. It's this disgusting thing I'm seeing. And it's like, this kid is like older than me, late teens, but also like very upset about, like, he did not mean to do this. He was trying to complete this chore. And so I think what this guy was thinking was that, I'll put it out of its misery because it's in this horrible state. And he takes like a stick that was on the ground and he like jumble goops the inside of the turtle to kill it. And it's like the most horrible. And I'm like, all right, I gotta continue on my walk. I gotta find something.
Gotta
nice
go to school.
Yeah, I gotta like get past this. And I think what Oni might be doing, the real kind of twist, is she might be doing a classic jumble goop to all our digitized consciousness. Like if Cyber Acme is controlling the data, like the actual servers that hold our brains, I think they might be in there mixing around the ones and zeros. Like I said, doing a classic jumble goop to all our brains. And so I think the turn might be like, yeah, you guys were people at once, but we've switched you around and gooped you up and, messed with your inner head binary data, I guess, enough that like it's all become one kind of thing and kind of like taking away the personhood of these individuals and questioning the self within the shell, which seems like, a large theme throughout coming from the Ghost in the Shell tie. So I think the dark thing is going to be a reveal about like, how is the sausage actually made with Cyber Acme? And then let's go from there. Because at that point, it's like, listen, it's all out in the open. You know how sausage is made. Where do we go from? What's next? I think it might be a logical approach given that Oni is this kind of, forward-thinking, competent AI. And she's also given us a little bit of poetry. Planet side, we're loading it every now and then. Sometimes she's hitting us with a little bit of Tears in the Rain or something. And so I think, she's probably going to be more open to, let's just look at this, like a human. Let's just approach it, Does that answer your question? I really don't know.
Kind of, yeah. A jumble goop is if there's ever to be merch for this show, that's got to be on it. But I mean, that certainly reminds me of the fact that the only time I've ever been stung by bees was when I was mowing the lawn as a kid and ran over a hornet's nest. And that's in fact the only time I've ever been stung ever, and then I have not mowed the lawn since either. But that's not what I was going to say. Is it too silly to think that there is a world where Oni goes bad on us, and that in subsequent seasons, the intro AI is replaced by Durandal?
Oh, I don't know. I would love to see that. I would love to see Durandal's inclusion as like an actual force, right? Within the like narrative. It would be super cool. And especially because like we were talking about earlier, like the entire thrust of the story in the original games was really built around the actions that Durandal was taking. And I do think there's a lot of opportunities to incorporate other people later on. I think the fact that they have Orion set up in that way, clearly means to me like they're going to do something more with that, right? And yeah, I would love to see a twist of Durandal introducing themselves. And also that would parallel the narrative in Marathon 1, where at the beginning you're with Leela, more feminine kind of force. They're very kind. They're trying to help you, la-di-da, let's, everything's going to be good. And then, they're put to the wayside. Durandal takes over. So maybe it's something like season to season, our onboard navigational intelligence will really cycle through these personality constructs of different, benefactors or AI in Tau Ceti.
Spit faction with Durandal as the vendor.
Oh my god.
Yes, yeah.
I mean,
hey,
I
they
would not
go
be
really crazy. Put Thoth in there. You get an ancient Yarrow AI Thoth.
Ooh, I mean, I would not be totally surprised if they were holding back a like 7th faction for launch that would be headed up by would be an end game kind of style faction.
I think that's what Arachne is supposed to be. Arachne and Sek-Gen they both to me feel end game y.
Maybe.
Yeah, Sekaguchi was held from the server slam, so I'd assume.
True. But none of you can see all their upgrades right now, and none of them are specifically relevant. I want there's a possibility that there could be upgrades that are relevant specifically to something like the Marathon map.
Do you think is calling Sek-Gen is that like hip? Is that cool? Should I stop doing that? Is that disrespectful?
Skarrow, I think you can make it cool. Say it again. Say it one more time with the shirt on. Say it one more time with the shirt. Say Sek-Gen. Oh,
wow.
Sek-Gen.
I think you made it cool. Hey, look at that.
Be your better self or whatever. What's their build your better self? What's their tagline?
Everything runs on. Oh, we're talking about Sekaguchi. I don't know.
Sekaguchi genetics, Sek-Gen. Better shelf. That's good.
Sexy.
Better shelf. That's it.
That's great.
Better shelf.
That's fucking put it on the. Not even
better
air.
shelf.
I can think of that. Anyways, all right.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this up, boys. I'm gonna die here soon. Okay. All right. I never really do plugs, so I'm gonna cash in my one plug for 7 episodes. I just launched a new merch line. It's called Game Changing. I'll have it linked somewhere. It's on my. It's here. Cool. Buy a shirt. I worked with cool artists for this. 5 Destiny and Marathon community artists. It was about showcasing their amazing talent. So cool. Yes, you guys plug yourselves.
Buy Skarrow's shirts or you're fucking dead to me.
Oh, there we go. Sick.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect. Rogue, that site is my website. We're announcing some different subscriber benefits and stuff on Monday when you're hearing this, and we have a sale going on also for the first time. So go check that out. Go support us if you enjoy the stupid shit I say on this podcast. That would be cool. And buy a Skarrow shirt. They look dope.
Thank you. And leave a review on Pocket Pair.
On Podcast, which does have reviews, says the comments. I was mistaken.
You have to listen to so many hours or something. I don't know. There's always 5 guys that just argue about Pocket Cast.
I kind of love it. Honestly, I'm being sold on Pocket Cast. That's a good way to do it.
There's a big Pocket Cast demographic for...
Is this like a Linux thing? What's happening? Where is this?
You got to listen to multiple hours of me if you're going to rate me. All right?
I think that's a good rule.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to... I think Steam makes it now where you have to buy a game to review it or something. Is that right?
I don't think
so. Is that right?
They've talked about that, but I don't know if they fully implemented it yet.
I don't know. It's the whole rating thing and the whole fucking botting thing. It doesn't matter. It's so dumb. I'm going to bed. This has been Escape Will Make Me Escape Will Make Me pod. I said that. I was like, wait, there's 3 of us.
Nope.
Why did we name it that? But that's because that's the tagline.
Because that's what the Durandal man says.
Yes. Escape Will Make Me pod. Thank you guys. Have a great night. Enjoy Marathon, and we'll probably. I don't know what's gonna. He launches on Thursday. I'm not recording with you fuckers next Thursday, so we'll see. I'm going 72 hours deep next week, so maybe we'll record it.
I think we should record just before.
Okay.
We do a calm before the storm podcast, and then we'll catch up with all of us after we've had some time to really digest the game. So it's not just this show again where we're playing the beginning 10 hours again. So. I think that I like when we do podcast planning on the recording. I think that's ideal.
Have we done that before? I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Have a good night. Go play the fucking thing. Get your liquid cheeseburger by subbing and watching on Twitch, and have a great night.
And get high as shit doing it, apparently.
Yeah. Drink silo Simon hot dog water. Yep. Okay.